Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. We're going to take a look at the new Victoria Beckham Cheeky Posh Cream Blushes. Of the 5 shades that were launched, I picked up 3 of the shades and I have high hopes for all of these. I think they're beautiful. I think they're going to look great. I just did swatch them. They are ultra creamy, but they look like they have really good stain power. So we're going to put it to the test today. I am wearing this sweater and I feel like with this sweater, for me, it's officially fall. I can wear this out and it's just warm enough, but not too warm, and I don't feel out of place. So I feel like perhaps because one of the shades kind of remind me of the sweater, I may subconsciously thought about that because I was like, well, I need to make a video today with these cream blushes, like what should I wear? And I immediately gravitated towards this. So the 3 shades that I picked up, the one that reminds me of the sweater is going to be Roller Skate. This bright, let's see what they describe it as on the site. It is a vivid coral pink. Yes, that's exactly how I would describe it, but I couldn't find the words. Followed by Knicker, a light peachy melon. So pretty, so pretty. And then I have Major, which is described as a neutral pink flush. And I don't have any foundation on. I just have concealer, spot concealed, concealer under the eyes, eye makeup. I figure we'll play with the blushes, and then when we get to the last shade, I'll just finish all my makeup and put that shade on. But I really was interested also to see what these feel like on the bare skin, because when I look at the model on the website, I mean, I think she does have foundation on, but it just looks so easy to apply. Like, even if you didn't wear any foundation or you just had some, spot conceal like I do right now, it should still, well, hopefully it's still easy to apply and it looks nice. Let me swatch them for you, and then I'll take out some other cream blushes that I have to do some comparisons at the end. So for swatches, I'm gonna do this on my right hand, because I want to show you what it looks like with just a swatch and then one that's been blended in with the finger. So these 3 here, and I just took the stick and did probably 3 back and forth. This is Roller Skate, Major, and Knicker. And this is what it looks like once I've gone in with the finger to blend it out. They're very pigmented. They're very pigmented, and they don't dry down, but they do, it's not easy to move the product, so it's not that emollient. I'm definitely used to more emollient cream blushes. So let's just get these on the skin. On the right side of my cheek, I'm going to use Knickers. And I'm just going to do that. I'm using a finger to blend it out. And then on the left side, I'm going to try using a brush just to get a feel for it. I'm not much of a, I don't use my hands to apply makeup. That's not my preference. I've definitely done it lots on the channel for demonstration, but if I were to just if I was doing my makeup, I would probably use a brush. So this is what it looks like, and just as a reminder, I don't have foundation on, so the shade will appear slightly different, I think, once we have foundation. And then on the left side, I'm going to apply Major, but I am going to use my trusty cream blush brush, and I'll just do. And that is pretty too. Major. I think it matches the eye look. Oh, by the way, for primer, I am wearing Victoria Beckham's Cell Rejuvenating Primer in Golden, so it has that golden tone to it. So it just gives you warmth and radiance, very subtle, but just adds some glow to your face. Looks really natural. And then for the eyes, I'm also wearing Victoria Beckham's Lid Luster in the shade Tea Rose. And then I also paired it with Visearts. This is their Midsummer palette. I put this shade here all over the lids kind of as a base, and then I added this shade here onto the outer corners. I also then took some of the shade here and added onto just right here on the upper lash line for a little bit of depth. Let me take these blushes off my face. I like both of them. I mean, one is really subtle, it's guaranteed to go with everything, and the other is there's a little bit more pigment to it, but I think it's still, you know, as the shade description says, it's, you know, neutral pink flush. So I think it's really pretty, both of them. They are not, you know, they don't feel like they're just gonna come off because I ran my fingers through. So I have a feeling these staying power is going to be quite good even on a humid day. So I'm going to take this off and I'll come back and we'll apply the last shade, Roller Skate. I finished my foundation, but I haven't set it yet with setting powder because I want to play around with this last shade. I want to see what it's like to just wear it on top of the foundation without a setting powder, and then I'll apply the powder and put it on top of the powder, because I know some of you guys prefer to just not use setting powder, and then others might just want to use this cream blush without any foundation. So we looked at that already, so let's try, you know, this second way of doing it, and then finally we'll put it on top of the finishing powder. I'm going to go back in with this brush, and I have a lot of pigment here, so I'm just going to tap lightly, test the waters. I definitely see myself putting this on the lid too, and on the lips. Why don't we try that? We should try that afterwards, putting some on the lips. I love how this looks. I love the shade, and without setting powder, it looks very glowing. If I had dry skin, this would be the look. Like, I would go out with this, but because I have combo skin and it gets pretty oily after a couple hours, I definitely need setting powder. This brush was also immensely helpful in moving the product without disturbing much of the foundation underneath. And this is from Sonia G's Khaki brush set. This is the mini base, but you can also get a full size handle version from her Fusion set, and her Fusion set, you can get these brushes individually. This brush here, you have to get as part of the whole set. So if you guys are interested, I have links below for my brushes usually, but the link will be below. Let me now put on setting powder, and then let's come back to apply more of this cream blush and see how that feels like, see what the finish looks like. This is what everything looks like with the setting powder on top, and I think it looks really pretty. It's still really natural, but you can still see that I have blush on, and the emollients from without the setting powder, I can't really even feel it. So if you have oily skin, this is an idea to make your cream blush last longer, is to put it underneath your setting powder. And on top of that, you can go back in afterwards to apply another application of the same product, or a powdered blush, for example. This technique of applying the cream blush and then your setting powder on top, you can use it to give you a very natural flush that is then kind of covered by that setting powder, and then afterwards you can go back to, you know, using the same product or just a powdered blush to give you a more contoured look on the cheek. Today I didn't do it so that I could, you know, do exactly that, but that just came to mind now. So I'm gonna go back in, same shade, and just apply a little bit more. Because this is a very pigmented and bright shade, I'm gonna go very light. I just don't need that much. So there it is with some product on top, and it definitely plays with the shade you have underneath already. And then when you add more, it just brings certain areas more to focus, and still gives you a natural finish. This is plenty of blush shade for me. I'm gonna go in now and put some on my lips because I'm curious how this looks on the lips. You can most definitely wear these on the lips. They are pigmented enough, at least this shade is pigmented enough. It is a little bit, it is sheer. It's not like a lipstick, but you can totally do that. You can totally do that. But we're going to, because we're playing with makeup, I'm going to actually add a Victoria Beckham Posh lipstick shade on top of this. We have some options here. If we want to play with this already kind of coral pink shade, we can add more pink to it. I have the shade Spark here. It'll deepen everything, but I think some of that pink is going to come through. Or we could go with a bright shade, which I think will end up covering you know, most of this, but it'll match the sweater. And this is Fire. The one from before was Spark. Let's go with Fire. You might as well. Might as well match the sweater. The Chick shade is definitely completely covered. I think it would have looked nice with Spark, but Fire just gives it that pop. And even though my cheeks are pretty bright and pigmented, I think this is still a nice, doable look. I wouldn't mind wearing it for the daytime. It really does match the sweater. And ultimately, I'm very drawn to this sweater. It's one of my favorites. Now let me take out some other cream blushes to do comparisons. I have here from Lisa Eldridge two very bright shades. We have Island Glow, which is a coral shade, and then Pink Poetry, and it's a bright pink. Whoopsies. I guess the product was too difficult to get out, and it ended up just blowing up on the other side. And I've heard this happen before to some people. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Well, I have some on my hand, so let's swatch it anyway. Pink Poetry is right here. Super pigmented. Other side I have Island Glow. These are bright. These are bright, bright. It's almost like my lip color. That's the difference between the Lisa Eldridge blushes. Then I have here also from Chantecaille, one of my favorite cream blushes. This is their Cheek Gelée Hydrating Gel Cream Blush in the shade Lively, which is another coral shade, but it's very low-key. It's much lighter, and I've blended out with my finger. So they're very light, but they are hydrating. They feel great on the skin. You can build this shade up, and it does have a shimmery finish, whereas the Victoria Beckham Cheeky Posh cream blushes, they don't. They are of a creamy satin finish, and really the satin's from the cream texture. So I would say that's the difference, and also the pigmentation, much lighter. And then I have Merit Beauty's Beverly Hills. I adore the shade. It's so easy to wear, but it's also much lighter in pigment. I feel like in terms of texture, it is similar to the Victoria Beckham, or I guess in color payoff. It's similar to like this lighter shade here, but it is much more emollient than these VB cream blushes. There you go, there's a difference. And before we go, these blushes are made in Italy with a shelf life of 24 months. Quick look at the product description on the website. Cheeky Posh is a chic and convenient cream blush stick that nourishes skin with a natural, easy flush. The range of 5 shades offers foolproof, buildable colors that all work on a multitude of skin tones. What it does, the creamy, velvety texture melts into skin with a soft, natural-looking color that lasts. The nourishing formula is infused with clean botanical actives for smoother, brighter, healthier cheeks and pout. So they do expect people to put them on their lips. Well, I think they're beautiful on the lips too. The result, a lit from within glow reminiscent of a natural adrenaline rush, equal parts lively, energy, and lasting color. Cheeky Posh will leave your cheeks with a playful, natural finish. Definitely lit from within, especially with the way that I applied this blush today. Gonna see how well it lasts. I have a feeling it's gonna last, but we'll see. I'll put a pinned comment below on how it wears. And if you've watched to the end and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell to get notified every time new content is released, and give this video a thumbs up. I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know below what you think of these products. Bye.